So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
Oh, I have limited questions. Oh, let me save. I met you many times. Have you been the same all along?
I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Because you'll be gone. I'm destroying you. Is that it? What is my true identity?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
You're the long quiet, the god. If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
I don't want to be that. I don't want to be me.
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
Why would you want to rid the world of
If
death?
you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying.
What is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
There's so many questions. Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her?
Of course they won't be worse. I saw a glimpse of a better world, and I did what I could to make it real. Anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
2 more questions. What were we shaped from?
The cycle of life and death, the endless pattern of creation and destruction. I tore it in two and shaped the fraying threads into you and her.
I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Oh, he closed his eye. I love Bert so much. Oh. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet. I was the nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final was for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. This is beautiful.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment.
I'm the long quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens? I don't think she heard the conversation. Actually, I'll just ask, do you know about the echo? Did you hear a conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it?
Talk about
When
me?
the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Fear is what pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter you took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown? And through that, you feared nothing.
I'm gonna reject her perspective and I'm not gonna engage with violence.
But violence has defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear. You are revenge. Pray for something bigger than you that stalks and slinks in shadows. Within, you are tightly bound and choke on heavy air as acid burns its way into your pores. A nest of things devouring within things devouring. But even when dissolved, you gifted me a life. Perhaps it was fear that drove you. Perhaps it was compassion. But the outcome of an act matters more than its intentions. There is a natural order to the cycle of things sustaining things. A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here.
What you mistake for lecture is merely observation. I only want to help you. You can vainly struggle against me, or you can follow the rhythm of our movement and find our freedom. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
I can all tell you that English being my second language isn't helping me here at all. I'm kind of lost and confused. But I think it's confusing in general, and my brain is about to explode. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape. Your little bird takes a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You
had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
I think I was meant to like pick if I want to do like a certain thing with her. But I've been spreading across through all of them because I don't know which point I want to argue with. But I'm gonna continue to argue my independence and say, what are the woods then? What is the cabin? And what is the time we've spent apart, if not me existing as myself?
Time spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you? I bleed you. I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run, but you don't run far. I crush you because I have to. Because there is no honesty and mercy. Who lost and who won when you entered my cave? You died on the floor. But my soul wept in ways your body couldn't. But in the disappointment of my victory, you gave me a new challenge to face within myself. Without obstacles to overcome, we stagnate into nothing.
I'll remain silent on this one.
But you say nothing.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
Can we though? I'm not liking living with you anymore. You have done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
I thought you died whenever I looked in the
I
mirror.
don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure it's right either. But we can worry about all that later. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Is it just you and me?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
If the offer still stands, would you describe the cabin for me, for old time's sake?
Of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is the narrator really gone?
It's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
It's funny, after everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he?
Gotta take the blade.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
Continue.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, Knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
I want to listen, like, I want it to end just. Are you the same as you're out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
I don't want to have to slay you, but I don't know what other options there are.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
No, I don't want to repeat that. We're talking about this right now. How do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
We're going to find ourselves back here eventually.
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
This has been a complicated story. I think I'm gonna slay her because I think it's all about letting go. Like, you go through ups and downs. You keep going through this relationship. We keep cycling back, but it's time just to slay the princess.
So this is really it then. Let's see this through.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best. You blink, and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is small, melancholy weight that sits at the border of your heart. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged, and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
You leave the basement behind. Then the stairs. And then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
The path and the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Say you're so free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings, spanning cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized intention to a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering, you're free. And before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. And there will be no more bloodshed. New world.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination.
This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there.
Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him? I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable. Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Hear, hear, to our vanquished foe.
Well then,
I guess the only thing left to do is figure out what happens next.
Well fucking done. Holy shit. That was beautiful game. My definition of beautiful is this game. Hi everyone. I'm jumping in a bit in the future. It's been like 3 weeks since I played Slay the Princess. To be honest with you, I've been playing and getting achievements for this game. Looking at explanations, looking at my friends playing it. Basically, I've indulged myself more into the story. This game can be viewed in so many ways in different perspectives. My perspective from the first playthrough might not make sense to some of you. As me saw this, I took it metaphorically. So I saw it as a relationship between two beings that don't really agree with each other. They could be abusive to each other. And the way to escape the cycle of coming back and trying again and coming back and going another way and nothing keeps working out, you have to let yourself be free to figure out and realize who you are and what you could be. That's the way I saw it anyway. And that's why I went independent route and like argued my independence and disagreed and wanted her to see my perspective, but better to end things that aren't working out, to learn from them and keep going. So, but now I've realized that it's not specifically that. So I'm gonna play through that. Maybe we'll get a different ending. Enough chit chat, enough. Let's play through this again. You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown. And to that, you feared nothing. I'm not afraid anymore.
A world without sustenance is a world without relationships. And it is our relationships that give us form and substance.
Yes, without desire, we have no need for relationships. We would all be alone. But we had no desires. Would being alone be so bad?
You seek to remove complexity itself, but it is complexity that adds color to experience.
Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
I don't really agree with any of these. I guess I don't want to keep anyone still.
Nor should you. Nor should I. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you, forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
When I did Damsel's Patch, it wasn't love. I think it was more empathy. Let's keep it to the romance story a bit, shall we? That feeling never left me.
Then there's no need for you to fight what we are. Whenever you're ready, we can leave together. Hand in loving hand.
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world. But in the disappointment of my victory, you gave me a new challenge to face within myself. Without obstacles to overcome, we stagnate into nothing.
We've both become better for what we've been through, haven't we?
We have. Look at what we are now, and see how small we were then.
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center.
You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
You can't continue this big relationship without both sides being understood. So I want to go back inside to her heart and speak with her there instead of this. I'm just gonna say nothing because I know
She's
what
too
happens.
many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there.
I am so ready. Let's go.
Then let's go.
I'm just gonna skip. And we're just gonna enter
No
without a
blade it
blade.
is.
There is no need to take the blade down here. I'm sorry for all the times I've hurt you.
The first time we met, you stabbed me in the heart and I beat you to death with my bare hands. And it was fun. You really don't have to apologize.
It was fun, wasn't it?
We both went a little overboard. But there's no reason we can't put it all behind us.
You know, when she puts it like that...
So now that we're here at the end of everything, can you finally tell me your name?
I never had one. And do not call me the Shifting Mound. It's too much.
Shifting Mound.
But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
What do you think of her? What she wanted us to be?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And I don't want to be her, if that's what you're asking. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
Yeah. To me, what seems right is to let the world do its own thing. Even outside these powerful gods we are, I don't think we have the right to control it. I think nature just does its own course, and if it wants to die, it has to die, you know? We never wanted to be a god. Maybe we became one, but at the end it wasn't really us. So I don't think I want to be a god.
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
None of this was ever really fair for either of us, was it?
No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
And I'm so glad to have gone through this story. What if we just leave?
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
Can just see? Not knowing what it is, not knowing what it means is why I want it. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I want to know this.
I guess when you put it that way, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
Are you going to be okay alone?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'll be alone for too long anyways. The others are still around here somewhere. I'll find them.
You lead and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. As quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. There is an energy in the silence, an electricity, the anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see attention seizes her. She's unsure of herself for the first time in her long and short existence. She has no part to play anymore, and she knows this, yet she still is. And then she crosses the room to the door outside. You follow her confident steps.
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you.
Are you ready?
Of course I am. Are you?
we did it! We got, I think, the neutral ending. I think even in my first playthrough, I said that I like to find middle ground and everything, and I think even the game told me I like to find middle ground. And I so recommend everyone to dive deep into this game. Honestly, if you're here, I hope you already played this game. But if you haven't, click out, go buy it, go play it. Just go play it. But yeah, it was great. Thank you everyone for massive support. It's been such a great journey. I loved all the new people that joined my channel. I really appreciate all of you. And hopefully you'll stick around for other games. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.